Hey everybody, this is Brian and welcome to the 26th Qt tutorial with C++ and GUI programming. Today we're going to cover the QMessageBox. So let's just go File, New Qt GUI application, and it's pretty much the same thing we've been doing. Put it in the usual location, and we're going to give it a Q dialog. Just hit OK and finish. And once we get our window here, let's just resize this a bit. Gonna throw a few buttons on here. And we're gonna say information, question, oops, probably make that a capital. And let's line that up here. Warning. And let's just say custom. Alright, and let's set our layout and resize as needed. So we've got 4 buttons here: information, question, warning, and custom. And we're going to show a QMessageBox, and we're going to make it different each time. So let's select information, go to slot, clicked, and then there's our, and let's just type info so we know which one this is. And we need to add our includes before we do anything else. We're going to get some weird error messages here. So let's go include Qt core and include Qt GUI. Alright, save our work. Now the QMessageBox, you've seen this many times so far, so this is going to be relatively review for you, but we're going to show you a few new tricks, so pay attention. Alright, so QMessageBox information, and the parent will be this, and the string or the title, we'll just say title here, and let's actually drop down a line, and then we need the text. And then you can actually keep adding things. For example, you can add buttons. We're not going to do that for the information. We just want a standard information. And let's go back to our form, but first we're going to copy this. Then we're going to do question. So just go to slot, clicked. And it's pretty much the same thing. The only difference is you have to add buttons to the question because you're asking a question. So what sort of buttons do you want to add? Well, the type of buttons depend on the question you're asking. So let's just say, do you like cats? And let's go down here and go Q. Oops, something else popped up and stole my mouse. Sorry about that. QMessageBox, yes. And we want to do an OR, so QMessageBox, no. We just want to give them a simple yes or no. And there are other options you can explore, but for the Q question, the QMessageBox with the static question, we're just going to do yes or no. Alright, let's save and run this, just to make sure it works so far. And click information, and there's title here, text here. You see it's got the information icon. And question, do you like cats? Yes or no? So, one thing you might be asking is, well, how do you get the response back from the user? I mean, how do you know which button they clicked? Well, that's a good question. So let's say, alright, QMessageBox, standard button, and we'll call this, whoops, call this reply, and then we're just going to simply say reply equals So once you've said reply equals, and then you can just grab the reply, and let's just say if reply equal, and we'll say QMessageBox yes, then do something. So in this case, we're just going to say, actually, I'll just copy this for the sake of argument. We're going to just display an information box here saying you like cats. Actually, we'll say you love cats. There we go. Let's get rid of that text. So just kind of over inundating the user with message boxes here. So let's compile and run this. Uh-oh, we have a boo-boo. Invalid use of non-static message expected before reply. What did we do wrong here? I think we have the wrong type. Standard button. There we go. Yes, we did have the wrong type. We had the lowercase version. We want the uppercase version. The difference between those two is the standard button lowercase is an object. The standard button uppercase is an actual enumeration. So let's compile and run this. Do you like cats? If we say no, nothing happens. If we say yes, you love cats. So that's how you get the response back from the QMessageBox. You just do a QMessageBox standard button. Remember the capital, and give it a variable name, and then say variable equals. And that's how you do that. All right. Now, what about our others, the warning and the custom? Let's go to slot, clicked, and you guessed it, just warning. And it's got the same argument list, so you really don't have to do a whole lot there. And then custom, and let's go to slot, clicked. And this one we're going to have a little bit of fun with here. So let's actually get rid of that. Let's say Q message box question this, oops, this, and we want to do the title. So we'll say my title, and then the text, and we'll say my, whoops, having keyboard difficulties here today. My text here. And then we have buttons. This is where the real power of a message box comes in. You can add all sorts of buttons. So we'll say Q message box, and we'll say yes to all, or Q message box yes, or Q message box no. I'm sure you've seen a dialogue similar to this at one point. You can kind of guess what I'm building here, and we'll say Q message box and no to all, and add our semicolon here. So save and run this. Alright, now warning. Warning has the typical warning icon. You've noticed that these dialog boxes are all very similar code-wise, but they look very different. It's all about relaying information back to the end user. And we click custom, my text here, yes, yes to all, no, no to all. So you could say something like, are you sure you want to overwrite this file? Yes, yes to all, no, no to all. And then you can just simply grab the response back using this technique I showed you here. Let's just copy this and paste it. Whoops, silly me, I put it in the wrong one. Go down to our custom here. So it's that simple. Working with message boxes is relatively easy in just about every language, and Qt gives you an extensive amount of options with the message box. I mean, you can do literally just about anything you can think of with a message box. So by all means, use them. Your users will love you. Just don't pop one up on the screen every 5 seconds, and yeah, well, you know how the users will act at that. So this is Brian. I hope you found this video educational and entertaining, and thank you for watching.